I sexually identify as a microwave dinner because I'm ready in 5 minutes, look nothing like my photos, and I'm just satisfying enough for you to want me again when you're desperate. Nothing that they just said was a good thing. Absolutely nothing. Wow. Special thank you to Holly Miller and McPuffin for supporting the channel and supporting my content. Thank you so much, guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we're looking at a subreddit that I didn't know existed until today when I stumbled across it while browsing Reddit. Today we are going to be looking at r/onejoke. If you are left-wing, LGBT, or, you know, probably even just center, anything other than conservative, you've probably realized that conservatives only have one joke, and it's recycled over and over again, and people have clearly noticed because there's a whole subreddit dedicated to it. So today we're looking at r/onejoke. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm fat, but I identify as skinny. I'm trans slender. It's just a bad pun, isn't it? It just rhymes. That's the joke that they're making. It just rhymes. It just rhymes with transgender. It's not even a funny joke. I could say I'm black, lesbian, transgender woman, and if you said otherwise, you would be racist, misogynistic, transphobic, and homophobic. I mean, you could say that you're all of those things. Sure. I don't know what the politics on being transracial are. I don't know if that's like a thing. It might be. I don't know. I haven't heard of that. But being transgender isn't just someone says they're a different gender, right? It's someone that is physically unable to identify with one gender. There doesn't have to be, but quite often there's an element of body dysphoria with looking in a mirror and seeing someone who isn't you looking back. Just need to take a second to correct myself there. I said body dysphoria. I meant body dysmorphia. Dysphoria is when you are uncomfortable with being assigned a gender that you don't identify with. Body dysmorphia is when your perception of your own body doesn't line up with how you feel your body should look. They are related when it comes to a lot of problems with being transgender and identifying as someone else, but they're not the same thing. Just wanted to clear that up. That was me just mixing those two things up, and they are ultimately two different things, but they do come together to create a whole range of problems that people have to go and get therapy for and stuff. It's ultimately, it's just not a great time. It's not a great time. It can be as simple as just saying, I don't feel comfortable identifying as male. I personally am non-binary, so I prefer they/them pronouns. However, I am honestly happy to receive any. But yeah, no, it's the one joke. It's just the one joke. Me? Vaccinated? Nah, not me. But I identify as a vaccinated person, so checkmate, bitches. They don't understand what being transgender is, and it shows. It shows. This one, look, we all know that South Park is like the home of like 12-year-old edgy comedy, but this one was just, even for South Park, this joke was kind of just not funny. And I mean, I'm talking about South Park, one of the least funny shows around. Like, I don't know, what's less funny than South Park, I guess? Family Guy, American Dad, that's about it. My pronouns are eat, poop, born male, but I identify as a can opener. Wow, so quirky and funny. You identify as an inanimate object. Why is it always inanimate objects? This is something I don't get. We've had a microwave meal, we've had a can opener. It's always inanimate objects. I sexually identify as a fully automatic shotgun. Again, inanimate objects. It took too long to realize, but now I embrace the shoving of shotgun shells inside me and rapidly firing them out my mouth. My pronouns are bang bang. r/onejoke. Yep, it's just the same. I identify as joke. That's all it is. It's just, these people identify as weird things. Oh, so funny. And it only gets funnier the more times you say it, right? Just like every good joke, you have to repeat it and repeat it for it to be funny. My generation will start a revolution. Bollocks, your generation can't even decide if they're a boy or a girl or a fucking toaster. Again, the inanimate objects come into it. But this is where this argument falls down, right? Our generation can't decide if they're a boy or a girl or something else. Our generation can exactly decide that. That's what being transgender is. It's making that decision. They can decide that. And also, they use this as a thing to attack a person who wants to stop the world ending. Like someone's going, hey, we're destroying the earth. How about we maybe don't do that? And they're like, stupid transgender people. Like, what? What? How bad does your argument have to be that you have to attack a demographic of people that isn't even relevant to the argument? Trying to get that pussy pounded? I'm trans. My bad. Trying to get that ass pounded? Trans rights. That's pretty funny, you know? That's a funny one. I identify as an aircraft carrier. You cannot stop me. I already nailed several planks of 2x4s on my torso. What does this even mean? What point are you trying to make here? What? I don't understand it. And it's the same joke, but it just gets worse. And it gets less funny every time I read it, and they keep making it. They're just a broken record. There are only two genders. If you say some edgy gender, get some help. I identify as an Apache attack helicopter. Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt 2 for me. I identify as an L-30 Minuteman ICBM. You wanna stick that payload up my intake? Okay. It's just the same joke. It's just, I identify as insert inanimate object here. It's the same joke, and it just goes to show that they just don't understand it, and because they don't understand it, they're just gonna make jokes about it. The lack of willingness to learn or to change is pretty exclusive to right wing, I think. It's something that they refuse to do. Everyone else, you know, adapts. But right-wing conservatives, there can't be more than two genders. It's not like they've been recorded in every culture throughout all of human history. Nah, can't be. Like, I've talked about this before, you know? Ancient Egypt, they had a third gender. I can't remember the name of the culture, and I don't want to be accidentally insulting. Polynesian, that's the name of the culture. Polynesian people, they have a third gender and have throughout their culture. There have been records of priests in ancient Greece who born male but transitioned into female and called themselves female. There has always been transgenderism, and even more than just two genders throughout most cultures, basically because of Christianity and Old Testament stuff that eliminated that. But before that, it's always existed. It's a modern thing that it's not the norm for that to exist. So arguing that it's a new generational thing just completely neglects human history. The difference is our generation isn't afraid to identify how they want to identify. The older generations are just afraid of people being content being who they are. That's what it seems like. In a nation so divided, I'm with the ones who carry firearms and know which bathroom to use. Transgender people do know what bathroom to use. It seems to be a very non-trans thing to think that trans people don't know how to use the bathroom, but they do. Again, the same joke. It just gets funnier every time, guys. It's It's so funny. It's such a good joke. Dems portray conservatives as ignorant and stupid, yet Dems can't look down their pants and tell what gender they are. Now there's a few points to make about this. A couple of these come from the comments, but Dems are smarter than conservatives because they don't have to look in their pants to know what gender they are. Also, and this was a point I made, conservatives act like they're smarter because they don't believe in transgenderism. However, not only is it an identified thing in the brain that causes it, but conservatives actively don't know how it works, but choose not to educate themselves on it. They choose not to learn, which means this post in 20 words, no more than 20 words, just proved that conservatives are as stupid as Dems portray them to be because they refuse to be smarter. That's this image. That's what it's just said. It's done it to itself. Please choose a gender. Heterosexual or homosexual? I think this is from a dating sim, and I think if you're a girl, you're dating men, so you're heterosexual, and if you're a guy, you're dating men, so you're homosexual. I think that's what they're getting here, but it's a really weird way of wording it. Anyway, random, I don't know, sexual person. Triggered. r/onejoke. It's the same joke. And this is the laziest attempt I've seen at it yet. IDK sexual. They haven't even tried to make up a gender. That's so lazy. Oh my god. Decided to display menstrual products on bookshelves behind me the way Lauren Boebert does firearms. Why didn't you include products for the other 57 genders? Pretty sexist. Maybe because she's not any of the other 57 genders? I might be spitballing here, but I'm pretty sure she's just displaying a product that represents how she identifies. Also worth noting that transgender men, as in women that transition to men, still need to use these products. So again, Lauren Boebert here making exactly the same joke, but not even doing it well. Marvelous. She really is one of the lowest IQ people I've ever seen to enter American politics. Like, it really says a lot about who can get elected into positions in America. And I mean, this is following the Trump presidency, so calling someone the lowest IQ in American politics is already like an achievement when you're worse than Trump. But she really is. She is really, really dumb. She's even tried to harass Lil Nas X over a song. Like, she probably thinks Jesus was a white American and that he would be pro-gun. And I don't understand where that viewpoint can even come from. Happy legal guardian of unspecified gender day. You guys have like one joke that you tell over and over again. We have as many jokes as you have retarded genders. This is the same joke again. And what's even funnier is that he says, we have as many jokes as you guys have retarded genders. One. That means that we have one stupid gender. So all the other ones, they're fine. We just have one bad one. So which one is it? Because you guys only have one joke. I'm just saying. High school conservative boys, when they identify as an attack helicopter or say, I'm triggered, I have achieved comedy. Yeah, basically. I think it's a very teenage thing, but clearly some people don't grow out of it. Cause I was a teenager once, right? And I definitely went through the edgy jokes phase of being a teenager. And looking back, it was just the worst. It was like, it's so cringy. The facts that I made the attack helicopter jokes, and now I'm friggin' pansexual, non-binary. So here we are, I guess, but it's embarrassing. And there are so many people that don't grow out of this. There are fully grown adults that still make these jokes and think they're funny. Amazing. I identify as a 2007 Toyota Corolla. Edit. I'm not happy or proud of receiving these awards and would like to apologize to the trans and non-binary community. I truly did not realize how vindictive this joke was, or really understand the joke in general now that I realize what it really means, until I was educated in the comments below. Thank you to everyone who responded and took the time to educate me. Stand with and I'm part of the LGBTQ+ community and absolutely do not want to encourage or perpetuate tolerate this sort of invalidating or dehumanizing joke. Now this is a redemption arc I can get behind. Good job on you, man, for realizing what you did wrong and changing your ways. You are already a much better human than so many other people, because all it takes is to apologize and to improve. Life is about improving. So why do people try not to? Why do people actively avoid becoming a better person? What does that say about someone if they are going to actively fight against becoming a better person? So good job on this guy for becoming a better person. And the final post. Conservatives born after 1991 can't joke. All they know is 2,742 gender, attack helicopter, eat soy, socialism equals hungry, and slur. Yeah, and I think this video has proven that. Really? You can watch this whole video and see only one joke be made the entire video, and they think that they are comedy geniuses. It's embarrassing. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you want to support me in making content like this, then I have a Patreon down below, or you can click that join button. Helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to, because I'm going to keep making content regardless. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.